Welcome back. How's everybody doing? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Funker News Network. I'm Ronnie. I'll be your host, just as is always. And we got a couple important things to talk about tonight. I do have a little bit of a cough. It's not the coof. It's not the coof. Leave me alone about it. Anyway, we got a couple things to talk about tonight. We're going to go to the big camera and do that. But I'm excited to see you. And I'm excited to wear this shirt. And I'm excited to talk about Ukraine charity. Here we go. Which button is it? That one. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, there it is right there. I have an announcement to make. Not too long ago, we talked about our brand new merch that we were launching with Bunker Branding. And we talked about how the entirety of March, we were going to be sending that any vendor payout that we would normally receive from that to Ukrainian charity. Well, it's done. It has happened. All right? Exactly how much is what I'm about to tell you. You guys purchased a sum total of 111,674 Canadian dollars, which equates to around 90K US. And every dime of that, as of today, went to the Red Cross, the Canadian Red Cross, and their Ukraine program is actually fantastic. So we're working to have some receipt proof that we could post probably on the Facebook, but we'll try to get it up on the YouTube as well. That's 111,600 Canadian dollars that went to Ukrainian humanitarian aid. All right? That's huge, guys. That's huge. Now, just to close out merch really quick, all of our Ukraine designs, as of tomorrow, will be taken down. Today is the last day you can buy them. And today, they will still go to Ukrainian charity. So if you purchase merch anywhere on the site today, ! Merch if you're interested, it's going to go to Ukrainian charity. This shirt, I'm a little partial to, so this one's going to stay. This one's going to stay in the merch store. I just don't have the heart to take it down. It's my favorite. It's my official favorite. That one just hit the store a week or so ago. It's up there too. We're going to be going through the combat footage tonight. We're going to spend a little bit less time than we were here on Tuesday. But I also I have to mention tonight's partner. Tonight's partner is ATN Optics. If you guys don't know ATN, they got some really badass stuff over there. Steve, good friend of mine, they've actually sent a lot of support over to Ukraine. You can check out things like this thermal monocular. Definitely within price range and not going to be as steep as you guys might think. Plus, you got a lot of free gifts over there. So check the pinned comment. If the poll's in the way, just get the poll out of the way. But check out ATN Optics. They're our partner, and they're good people over there. Let's jump on the footage. Scoot, scoot. All right, so we've got some pretty funny footage to go over today. I don't have my scripted links laid out. We're gonna be a little bit more seat of the pants with this one today. But we'll be checking in on all the support that's already coming across. Apex Studios, thank you for the $10. Hey Ronnie, thanks for tweeting my Ghost of Kyiv shirt the other day and digging my N64. No, I'm being serious. Please give me your N64. Please give me your Nintendo 64, sir. Thank you. ATN makes really good scopes. I have the X-Sight 4K on my Remington, which is actually just off camera over there. Now, the first thing I wanted to show you guys is just more examples of absolute Giga Chads with bigger balls than you and I could ever dream to have. Imagine you're driving around, and on your way to the grocery store, you happen to have to play a slalom course with landmines. Now, obviously, there's a chance that this could be some kind of propaganda, but it's still funny. Oh, nice war pig. Dig the ingrown nail. I don't have an ingrown nail. Those are definitively landmines. What's up, FD for life? How are you? Welcome back in, guys. Make sure you're hitting on the thumb button. Slap the thumb button right in the hind parts. Please and thank you. Now you got me looking at my fingers, dude. Ain't nothing wrong with my fingers. I don't have them soft hands like you got. Mine are all jacked up. Florida man frisbees. This is probably where our homie that was carrying one all the way to Moscow got his. He can only carry one at a time. All right. That was the first thing I wanted us to go through today. I watched that and I was like, no, that's not what I'm thinking. That's not what I think it is it? All right, the next thing, we do have some videos up on the site from our good friend Willie beating cancer. Willie has made his way out of Ukraine for probably the last time, but we're going to continue to post the things that he puts up there. Please make sure to go in and check on all that stuff. I did have one more admin note. We are aware that there's a comment right now on the site and in the app with or a bug related to the comments section. One of the challenges with having a full custom-built website, including the comment system, we don't use anything that's like turnkey except for the player, right? And we're working on developing our own for that too. But the comment system is fully custom developed, and the problem that comes along with that is bugs, and we work through those as fast as we can. So the dev team is actively working on fixing that comment bug for those of you that are experiencing it. I am one of them. We've got a couple of videos up on the site that are not specific to Ukraine. You know, again, for those of you that have been members of the community for a long time, you know that we don't just focus on typically one conflict, one area, you know, where we are global, or we do our best to be. So there is some stuff out of Israel with an absolute moto cop. I can't show you that stuff here because it is not safe for work. A officer gets shot and the suspect gets smoked. So enjoy watching that. YouTube has really weird policies about what you can do live versus in edited content. For instance, we can watch a live firefight, but I can't pick up that vector. I think that's kind of weird. That's just me. We got a little bit of a butt pucker moment here. So you're taking a selfie. You're going to post it on TikTok or something along those lines, and suddenly just starts exploding around you. This is a Ukrainian coming up for you guys right now. You can actually hear the launch right there. About 3 seconds. Let's play it again. Now, Thursdays are always going to be a little bit shorter than Tuesdays, guys. And that's largely because Tuesdays we have to cover everything from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So Thursdays, we're typically just covering the stuff from, you know, Tuesday after the stream until the stream tonight, right? Not enough suka. 3 seconds, about 300 meters away. Yeah, and like I said, I didn't have time to script out exactly which videos I wanted to show you. We have an absolutely harrowing gunfight to take a look at. And I mean harrowing. It's going to make the hair on the back of your neck or on your belly stand up for those of us that have hairy bellies like I do. And, you know, it's just something that you would typically see right out of a movie. I'm surprised these guys made it out okay. You know, this is the kind of stuff that we should all be concerned about. Coming up for you guys right now. I'm going to give you full screen. Now watch as our big scary Chechen TikTok battalion fights this f***ing lamppost.
У нас работают две группы. Одна группа идет с Мольской бульвара до Азовстальской, вторая группа от Азовстальской до проспект до площадь Победы. У нас здесь резерв стоит, где наш штаб, где боеприпасы. И работают люди, и дальше по воле Всевышнего мы очистим Мариуполь от этих натиков и бандеровцев.
What are they shooting at? This is the TikTok battalion. Ronnie, are you streaming tonight after this? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Одна группа идет с Морской бульвара до Азовстальской, вторая группа...
You know what it is? You know what it is? I know why they're shooting at it. I know why they're shooting at it. There is an IED in the traffic light. That's what it is. There's got to be, right? Harrowing footage coming from our TikTok battalion from the Chechens. I saw some footage that hasn't made its way to the website just yet earlier today. It was of the Chechens, and it was talking about how they just got out of a fight. They had the crispiest uniforms on I had ever seen. I've hit the Porter John, and my uniform looked worse than theirs did. It was amazing. All right, let's move on to the next bit of footage. I mean, IED traffic lights. Yeah, I guess. We've got a Russian convoy getting ambushed. This one was posted by Mr. Will Kilmore, Army infantryman. And it's going to be coming up for you guys in just a minute. So we get to see a portion of the ambush, and then we also get to see a lot of the aftermath of the ambush. And it's coming up for you guys right now. I tell you what, Ukraine is putting out some bangers of music at a bare minimum. The beat? Oh, wait, we're going to watch a better one. We're going to watch a better one. Let's watch that again.
Niggas in my grill trying to phase me.
I didn't stop it. The video did it. You guys want a fat beat? That's going to be the next one coming up. A lot of that will buff out. Yeah, you buff that out. Wax on, wax off kind of deal, you know? Now, this one, there's actually a lot to talk about with this one. While this is going to be, this is 100% Ukrainian propaganda that we're about to watch. 100%. 100%. Not even a little bit not propaganda. All right? But it's going to help you understand something. It's going to help you understand how Ukraine is winning the propaganda war. They're absolutely memeing the Russian army. Absolutely memeing the Russian army. I'm going to give you guys full screen on this one. That way you get the full rundown. And again, I understand that some of you guys might have already seen this stuff. That's great. You don't have to watch the live show. It's all good. But this is also here for those that might not have had a chance to check in to the app or to the website, that might only have about an hour in the evening while cooking dinner or sitting down with the family. Please don't show your kids this show. No, don't do that. But anyway, here's the video. That's a Maxim gun. Wait, that's a Maxim gun from like 1910. I don't know, around about there. Just, I needed to let you guys know. Here you go. His face gets me at the end every time, dude. Listen, this isn't me laughing at Russia. This is me laughing at a very funny video. That's funny. I don't care. It's funny because it's true. This is the shit we've been watching. It is. That's funny. Now, war itself is not funny, but you have to laugh at the video. If you don't laugh at the video, you know, live a little. Let your hair down. But his face, I gotta see his face again. Hold on. No, come on. Look. Tell me if he is accomplishing everything he thought he was going to. Okay, all right. Let's go back. Now that's what I call a banger of a video. Zim, I'm going to show that one. Let's check in on some of this support that's coming across. Thank you guys for it. Apex Studios, thank you for the $10 again. Ronnie dancing his life. This was going to be good. I actually haven't watched this one yet. This comes from Josh. He's actually out there in the chat. And Josh, believe it or not, is a infantry marine, and his humor and his write-ups absolutely kill me. So make sure you guys are checking the analysis section if you're using it from the app, because sometimes it can be pretty hilarious. Now, these are Chechens. They are laughing about mortars, and they get mortared in the middle of their sentence. Coming up for you guys right now. Full screen again. And not laughing now. Now, I don't think it's close enough for them to have gotten hit, per se. I think it was close enough for them to believe somebody shit their pants. So I don't think anybody was actually injured in that one. The next video I wanted to go over tonight, and then what we're going to do is we're going to jump over into a campaign map. We're going to talk very briefly on the campaign map. Again, we don't have the same amount of time tonight that we normally would. Thursday night streams are going to be a little bit shorter than that. The streams are less about us trying to keep you, less about us trying to deep dive the Ukraine conflict, and more about us just trying to connect with you. We're Funker 530 veteran community for a purpose, right? The intent is to connect live as much as possible for you guys to field questions. I try to keep up with those, but I also try to keep the footage coming because that's what we do. We've been doing it for over a decade now. We're going to take a look at a T-64 BV getting destroyed by a direct hit here. And this is probably going to be an ATGM, and this one was posted by Will Kilmore. It's coming up for you guys right now. And I think what we might do is, well, we might take a look at the top trending videos of the week tonight as well. Maybe we'll do that on Thursdays as well. Coming up for you. So that is the aftermath of that tank. It almost appeared as though it was top down. See if we can't go like frame by frame here. Right there. See it? You can see it right here. And there's what's left. She gone. John, thank you for the $4.99. Anyone considered submitting mass prisoners of war might be part of Russia's plan to overwhelm Ukrainian No. I don't think that's how. I don't think that's a part of a plan. To give up, tens of thousands of... It's Russian doctrine to essentially throw wave after wave of soldiers, right? They operate less off of the individual precision, whether it be from a munitions perspective. They do have some precision guided munitions, but by doctrine, even by design of the AK wasn't designed to be a precision rifle, right? So they operate off of the wave, if you will. And I doubt that it is by design that they are purposefully sending in wave after wave to overwhelm, to give up those troops on purpose. Now, obviously, the waves are there to overwhelm defenses, but to say that they are sending POWs on purpose, that would be tough. Horde tactics, yes. I think you got the graphics confused for the POI. No, I don't think so, because you can actually see it begin to expand there. This one's actually a pretty crazy video. I'm going to pull this one up directly out of downloads, though. It just hit the website a moment ago. And once again, everybody in Ukraine is an absolute Giga Chad, especially the ghost of Kyiv, which we're about to watch. Look how low he is. That's gangster. Everybody wants to be a gangster till it's time to do gangster shit. That guy is doing gangster shit. All right, let's move on to... I want to check in on the campaign map. I'm going to first get my notes pulled up over here on the left. Got a few messages here. I have an inbound message. We are standing by for that receipt for the donation to the Canadian Red Cross. For those that weren't here earlier, we announced the donation has been made from our merch sales to the Canadian Red Cross, and it amounted to $111,670 some odd dollars Canadian to the Canadian Red Cross's Ukraine program. As of today is the last day to buy any Ukrainian designs. We will be pulling those back. We need to essentially go back to standard merch sales, and we don't feel comfortable continuing to sell Ukrainian merch unless we are sending that out to charity. Okay, so we're going to spin that down. We're going to keep the designs handy, though. They may come back for limited releases to continue to support Ukrainian charity in the future. You got 3 Ghost of Kyiv shirts? Hell yeah. What is the TikTok unit? Is it a volunteer unit? It's Chechens. It's the Chechens. Did you see the one with the road sign caught in the intake? I did. Pretty sure it's pronounced Kiev, not Kyiv. Yeah, if you're from Russia. Landing with the traffic sign stuck? I did. All right, let's move on. Like I said, to the campaign map. We'll get that pulled up, and we're gonna cover the updates that the Institute for Study of War has. We've already talked quite a bit about a few other campaign maps that I highly recommend, and we'll be checking back in on all of those very soon. But for now, what I wanted to do is talk a little bit about redeployment. And I want to get you guys' take on a few things. On where you think Russia is redeploying combat power to. So let's go to the campaign map. Now, from a limited perspective, there has been proof that Russia is beginning to pull some units back from Kyiv, right? Now, there continue to be Ukrainian counteroffensives in and around Kyiv. You can see that most clearly down here in the bottom left. No, that doesn't really want to work right now. There you go. That works. And as Russia starts to pull that combat power back, the expectation from a lot of people is that they're going to redeploy that somewhere. Right now, I threw up a poll today just to better understand where you guys might think they're gonna redeploy those resources. And personally, I think they redeploy those into the Sumy axis from the east to provide a little bit of combat power, to redeploy troops all the way from Kyiv around into Donetsk, Luhansk, even Mariupol. That is going to be a long process. That's going to take weeks, right? It's not as simple as just hopping in on a road trip, right? You got supply issues you need to worry about. You're gonna have to make stops, right? I think that they just peel back off of this and come in at Sumy. And when I say come in, it's just really providing backfill of forward casualties. Now, there's also been reporting that's coming out that more Wagner folks are going to start to flow in from Africa and from Syria, but it's more from an individualized perspective, or from an individual perspective, rather than wide swaths of whole units coming out of Syria, right? So they're opening up for individual volunteers to say, hey, who wants to go and fight in Ukraine? Or it's probably voluntold, like, hey, you come over here. They're not redeploying entire units. Sumy and Kharkiv go south. Something like this, right? Okay. Again, that starts to really fix these Ukrainian troops here. If they redeploy these units from Kyiv, and they're not going to give up this position. They're not, and this is a very broad brushstroke discussion. You know what I mean? We'll get into the Mariupol map here in a second, but they're not going to give up much more of what they have north of Kyiv. That is the biggest threat that they have to Kyiv at the moment is right there, right? And that's what's applying the pressure against Zelensky to negotiate. But if they don't fully solidify their placement down here outside of what they already had, then they don't have anything to negotiate back, right? So if they come back to the table, think about this. If they come back to the table with Luhansk and Donetsk and Crimea and say, okay, well, we will pull all the way out, which is a lot of Ukrainian territory, right? All this territory, if you just give us Crimea and Donbass. The more territory that they have, the more bargaining chips they have to be able to secure these spots. And again, though, we are right back to square one. And we talked about this Tuesday night. We're right back to square one. If Ukraine refuses to give up Donetsk and Luhansk, as well as Crimea, and they just reach some sort of a ceasefire, then we just reset the clock for all this shit happening again. Right? Theoretically, Russia then learns from this. Ukraine learns from it, and it could be even worse. What are your thoughts? Same, G. Yeah, I don't see them redeploying out of Kyiv all the way down. I see them pulling back, certain units just enough that they can redeploy some additional combat power to try to press harder from the east. Right? To try to press harder from the east. There's one more map that I wanted to take a look at, and that's Mariupol, because things are getting pretty bad. Things are getting pretty bad in Mariupol at the moment. Stand by. Coming up for you guys right now. Now, we were just looking at this map yesterday. I'm going to give you more screen. We were just looking at this map yesterday, and Mariupol will be falling soon. Very, very soon. This has been some of the heaviest fighting, some of the heaviest combat footage we have seen has come out of Mariupol. You've got Azov down here, and you've got this is a dogfight that's happening at the moment. But we're slowly watching those assessed controlled areas and the Russian claimed controlled areas encompass the entirety of the city. Ceasefire, Ukraine buys jets from Poland, Russia gets more top-tier troops, and they go at it again. Yeah, with renewed capabilities, renewed understanding of each other, and it gets even worse, in my mind. Seems to be back and forth. I think they're making, Russia is actually making more ground here than it is a back and forth. There's a lot of, the thing to remember is there is a lot of good propaganda coming out of Mariupol from like Azov, but when you have third parties assessing Russia's advance closing in the way that it is, a lot of that real estate is being taken over by Russia. I see them as absolutely winning the Mariupol fight right now. Russia is winning, but mainstream media likes to tell you otherwise. Don't copy it here. Flipper, we're just relaying our take on things. I don't even watch the news. I don't have time to watch the news. Russia hasn't committed their A-team. I keep seeing that. When are they going to do that? When are they going to do that? We're day what, 36? We're 36 days into this conflict. At this point, well over 10,000 Russian troops killed. At this point, right? We know that for near 100% certainty. Russia media outlets leaked 9,000 last week. So if it was 9,000 last week, it's likely well over 10,000. At what point does Russia deploy the so-called A-team? Where's Mr. T? Where's the Russian Mr. T at? Where's Face? Thy rampant pigeon, does Russia have a real A-team? That's the question. That's my question. Is who's Russia's A-team? Right? Where's the boogeyman? Where's the boogeyman that we were told we had to be worried about? I don't know. Because again, we are thousands of miles separated from what's actually happening, right? Yes, we have Twitter. We have, we are the most connected to a combat environment that we have ever been, being thousands and thousands of miles away. But I still can't help but think that there's going to be a disconnect with what we believe to be happening and what the truth is on the ground. Because again, even these Twitter accounts that are on ground fighting, you can spoof that stuff. Saving the A-team meat grinder for NATO? Yeah, if NATO gets more involved, I can see him keeping a lot of the tip of the spear in reserve. I can see that. I can't show you that one. That has a not safe for work tag. We're going to take a look at another banger of propaganda coming out of Ukraine. And this is Ukrainian artillery absolutely hitting its marks. And it's coming up for you guys right now. I'm going to give you full screen.
Перемога за нами, слава Україні. Я думаю, що наступлення на сьогодні у них закінчилось.
So again, we're absolutely looking at Ukrainian propaganda, and I think, you know, we catch a lot of flack for posting this stuff, but it is the footage that we're finding. We're also posting the footage that we're finding that's coming from, you know, the Russian perspective, if you will. But we've shown that stuff to you guys, right? It's very bland, you know, very. Let me show you some Russian side stuff. All right, here you go. That's what we're getting out of Russia. There you go. Ronnie, show us both sides of the Okay, here. Here you go. You want to see it again? Here. Let's play it again. That way we can further continue to show you Russia stuff. These are Chechens, so at least on the Russian side. Okay, moving on. But speaking of the Russian side, guys, you know, we didn't see a lot of Russia footage until relatively recently, and we looked at some of it on Tuesday, and it was just a tank shooting off into a field, right? It's just continuous projection of, you know, Russian power. It's like war gonzo shit, you know? They go to kill it and eat. If you think so, Roman. If you think so. Let's see. The last thing I wanted to look at here is... I can't show you that one. That sucks. Because that one's an absolute... Oh, I wanted to hit the top couple trending videos this week that we had on the site. Some of this stuff you guys have already seen, but some folks might be new to either the community or new to the show. And I wanted to show, you know, some of those top ones. I can't show you the top video of the week, but what I can do is I can link it for you. This is our top video this week. You guys can go and check that out. Our second top video this week is a T-72 absolutely getting popped close range by an NLAW. Coming up for you guys now. Very close range.
Слава полку
Let's check that out again. That is our second most trending video of the week on funker530.com in the app and on the website. Let's take a look at our third most trending, and that was the daisy chain IED that we just watched on Tuesday. We're going to take a look at that one as well. Just, to be honest with you, a masterfully executed daisy chain IED. I'm going to give you full screen. Put me on the far right. All right. So you just saw the hit. We're going to go back and I'm going to show you a couple things to take a look at here. So first, let's pay attention to where our vehicles are, and these are Russian vehicles, and this was reportedly Ukrainian SOF, Ukrainian Special Operations Forces. So you've got a vehicle in this group of trees here. Your second Vic, third Vic, and there are more vehicles in the back. Now we're going to go frame to frame here. And I want to show you the spacing and the timing on the execution of this. And again, we reviewed this for the first time on Tuesday night. All right. So, first Vic is here on the far left. Second, third, fourth, so on. Look at the timing. Look at the timing on this. Now, another thing to make note of is see your fireballs here, and then you see this big dirt kind of colored cloud. This one was buried quite a bit deeper than these ones were. But look at the timing and the spacing on those. That was our number 3 top viewed video of the week. I couldn't show you number 1 because it's not safe for work and YouTube will get mad at us for it. What number is that? Number 7 video. We're gonna once again, I'm gonna show you guys some of the Russian side, right? Let's take a look at some of the footage coming from the Russian perspective. Coming up for you guys right now. Ronnie, show us the Russian footage. Here you go. That's a range? What is that, Grandma's house at the range right there? Huh? You got Babushka's house right next to it? What are you talking about? It's a range. Let me check in on some of the support continuing to flow in. Love the channel and effort y'all put on it. Come here to contemplate their strategic decisions. By the way, squad gaming last night was pretty cool too. Oh, Kristen, thanks very much for the $5. And thanks for you guys that keep coming over to the gaming channel as well. Everybody has their own way that they like to break away. Some choose reading, some choose, I don't know, golfing. I play video games, and we played last night. We played Squad with Karma Cut, and it was a lot of fun. I normally play Escape from Tarkov, but Squad was a good time. Squad was a good time. We'll be playing again tonight here very soon. I'll be jumping out of here and jumping in over there. So if you want to swing by, I'll have a link to that at the end of the stream. How long till Tarkov? About 15, 20 minutes. 15, 20 minutes. Hi from Seattle. Welcome in. Everybody, let me know where you're coming in from tonight. What games do y'all play? I play mostly Tarkov. Mostly Tarkov, just about any first-person shooter, though. I used to compete a little bit in PUBG. Karma Cut is awesome. Yeah. Yep. I had a good time playing with him last night. Did we just start? No, sir. We've actually been going since right around 6 o'clock. Right around 6 o'clock. All right. Once again, I'm going to send you guys a link to our #1 video. #1 video of the week of the last 7 days. That is the #1 video on the Funker530 website and app on the last 7 days, or in the last 7 days. And I'm also going to give you a link to the #1, or we can actually watch the #1 video from the last 30 days. #1 video from the last 30 days. And this one was actually really wild. This is, quite honestly, one of the most clear pieces of combat footage we have ever seen. We've seen a lot of choppers go down, but I don't think we have seen one. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. I don't even have the words. It's that I don't want to say it's good, because obviously somebody gets hurt, and regardless of who it is, it sucks that they got hurt. But let's take a look at it. It's coming up for you guys right now. This is our #1 watched video over the last 30 days. I'm going to give you guys full screen because there is a little bit that you're missing on the far right side here. Let's take a look again. Wild stuff. We have never, and I had a chance. I had a chance to really talk with some of the writers. So I've actually only been involved with the Funker530 team now for a little over a year. I've been good friends with Funker for quite some time, right? He and I actually go back a little ways. But the writing team has been here for over a decade. And I was chatting with them about some of this. And I was like, have you ever seen anything quite like that? And they're like, no. This is the most clear and most concise we have ever seen from a combat footage perspective. Where can I find the link? To what, the website? So let me actually show you guys the website. Let me show you how you guys can go in and you can actually look at our top trending videos. All right. Now it's going to blind you for a second, but I'm going to show you how to turn on dark mode. So when you get to the website, funker530.com, click on the top left and then click on toggle dark. It's magic. Now, if you guys want to look at the top trending videos, right, that's typically going to be the highest fidelity type stuff we've got. Click on trending. And then click on 30 days, 1 year, and all time. Now, if you want to just look at Ukraine footage, just click on Ukraine. That's going to have all of our Ukraine footage going all the way back to even, pre this invasion. Technically, the invasion happened in 2014, but there's a lot of footage in here for you guys, and there's also going to be a lot of other stuff as well, right? Very heavy weighted to Ukraine. That is where the majority of our footage that we have is coming from at the moment. But there's a lot for you guys to watch in here. A lot for you guys to watch. Very user-friendly. We try. If you wanted to just sort by the latest, just click on latest. These are going to be our latest videos. We've got an Indian Carl Gustav team sending shots at a Pakistani bunker. So if you'd like to have this in the palm of your hand, download the app. Exclamation point app will get you there. Let's check in on a little bit of this support that's coming in. Matthew, thanks for the 20, 346 PSYOP. Well, welcome in. I was first IO. Matthew, thanks for the 20 before that. Our Buzz, thank you for the 1121. You should remember Russian troops are not allowed to make those kinds of videos. Right. And we talked about that. We talked about that at the beginning. At the beginning is that we weren't seeing a lot of Russian footage because Russians are doing their very best to control the narrative. That's working against them now. You need to be in front of the narrative rather than keep everybody from seeing what's happening. You need to control that by flooding with, the thematic messages that you want. They're doing this. They're doing this by using like antiquated information warfare tactics, right? Like hiding it all behind a curtain. It ain't working. The world is not on Russia's side at this point. Russian bots again. That reminds me of something. There's a white thing on my hat right here. I saw a comment as we were leaving. As we were leaving on Tuesday, I saw a comment out there, right? Because I said, thank you to everybody for helping me fight back against the Russian bots. And somebody said something along the lines of, LOL, he believes that everybody that disagrees with him is a Russian bot. That's not what I said. And if you think that there aren't Russian bots in the chat, you're an idiot. Because there are. And we actually have proof that there are. Our comment system was actually exploited by literally Russian bots. So everybody is entitled to their own opinion, myself included. And here, you're entitled to your own opinion as well. There have been times, even live, that somebody has said, no, that's not what's happening here. This is what's happening here. And we were corrected. We're not perfect. We're humans. But this is the design behind the live show. It's not for me to be some combat footage overlord. It's for me to show this stuff to you guys, see your reaction to it, give you my reaction to it. You're welcome to have an opinion. The problem with opinions, though, is people tend to express opinions as fact. This is 100% propaganda, okay? Yes, propaganda artist, live from my basement. Thanks for being here. They're on to us. The only correct way is the size of them shorts. You don't get to see the shorts right now. You'll have to come over to the other channel once we head over there. No, but I think it's important. I think that's an important note, right? Is I don't care if you disagree with me. I hope you do. The problem is people have a propensity to argue over a difference of opinion. And there's no reason to. The world isn't black or white. It's not red or blue. It's not 1 or 0. This is not the Russia versus Ukraine is not a do you support Ukraine or do you support Russia? Because to some extent, I can say that I support Russia. Did I just blow your mind? The people of Russia, these, 10-year-old soldiers that Putin is pushing into Ukraine, if that dude gives up and says, hey man, yeah, I'm done. I was sent here by my country. I realize this is absolutely not what's right. I'd like to surrender. I support that guy. Do I support Ukraine? Absolutely. Absolutely. They have another country literally invading their country at the moment. And you can't tell me, we were invited. Maybe you may have been invited in Donbass. Maybe. I don't think Kyiv invited you. I don't think Aztomel invited you. I don't think Kyiv invited you. I don't think the people of Lviv invited those rockets that landed in their backyard either. Hair belly crew, we got to stick together, Vito. We got to stick together. I got a hairy belly. You can braid that. But you see what I mean? So for people to say, "Oh, you're only supporting Ukraine," That's not the case at all. I'm absolutely hoping that Ukraine is able to defend their sovereign territory from Russia. Absolutely, 100%. 100%. But I feel for the Russian people that are now also victims of Putin's war. There are lines for bread that wrap blocks right now. We need funker shorts, dude. I'm working on it. I am. It's weird because we post what we can from both perspectives. Oh, I know, Austin. You know, there nothing is as left or right or, you know, again, as binary as people like to believe it is, except for binary itself. I get that. That's, you know, nothing is as black or white, right? Do you support Trump or not? Do you support Biden or not? Nothing is black or white like that. The world is more complex. Running fit shorts. It was Zelensky's choice to pull the world into war. I didn't see Zelensky invading Russia. Patrick. Oh, so Austin gets to be a mod, but not me. I can hook you up, Josh. I'll hook you up, Josh. I didn't know that Austin was. That was a horrible take. Nah, you don't have to like it, but it's mine. It's mine. You know, it's okay. You don't have to watch. It's fine. You know, people say you guys are just regurgitating mainstream media. I don't know. I don't know how that's possible because I don't watch mainstream media. I don't have time to. Right? You like to watch My Little Pony? I don't. Everybody likes what they like. Nobody's opinion matters. Yours doesn't. Mine doesn't. It doesn't. Putin was preparing to invade for more than a year. Zelensky had nothing to do with it. To an extent, though. To an extent. So the point that he's getting at is Zelensky aligning for Western support more and more and more. Right, pulling NATO closer and closer and closer, which ultimately, you know, NATO was designed to combat Russia, right? The North Atlantic Treaty Organization on the North Atlantic to consolidate power to combat communism, to combat Russian influence. So the further east NATO gets, the more of a threat that is, right? That's his point. I voted Chernihiv, take the eastern flank and move southwest. That's kind of where I was. If you weren't here for that earlier, so he's speaking specifically to the poll, and you know, there have been reports of Russia or at least pulling back some troops from the north to northwest of Kyiv, and there's a lot of questions about whether or not they are actually pulling back or if they're working to redeploy combat power. I think it's the latter. A lot of think tanks like Institute for Study of War think the same, which obviously their analysis does have an influence on mine because I love their work. But it makes a lot of sense that they would just be redeploying that, using the Turkish peace talks as a chance to buy time, if you will. From Kharkiv towards Donbass. That's what we were talking about too. Let's pull up live UA map and take a look at that. So what he is saying, that is probably a pretty dangerous COA here, is those troops that are here that end up getting redeployed, Chernihiv would make a lot of sense to try to put pressure on the eastern side of the river. But where it also would make a lot of sense is from Kharkiv to try to further fix the Ukrainian forces that are here, to keep them from being able to provide any level of reinforcement from the southeast or from even just the south. Right? There's some key territory here that would essentially control lines of communication to the south. But note how they have kind of shifted from some of their earlier, designs, right? Earlier on, we saw a really hard push towards Mykolaiv in an attempt, presumably, to take Odessa. They have since been pushed and pulled off of that to apply additional pressure against Mariupol, which, we were talking about this earlier. Mariupol continues to just lose ground to the Russians. And this is, again, Azov is over here-ish, if I understand correctly. Anyway. A few more bits of support, and then what we're going to be doing is probably closing things out for the evening. JS, thank you for the 20. Keep up the good work, brother. They did send in the A team. AAA to tow all their AAA to tow all their scrap metal back. Marzipan, thank you for the $5. The Enlaw didn't even prime though. Yep, 65 feet, 20 meters for it to prime properly and go boom. Nice hit though. Yeah. OG Wakanobi, thank you for the $5. Either dude was wearing shower shoes or his boots were falling apart. Needed tape. Flubber11 USA, thank you for the $2. Mr. Malas, thank you for becoming a member. If you have become a recent member, or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to connect your YouTube and Discord and jump into the Discord, because that's where you'll find up to the 30% off discount dependent upon your tier of membership here for our merch. Exclamation point merch to get in there. Before we go, I got to once again mention our partner tonight is ATN Optics. I've got a few of their things. I've even got this thermal monocular that's super fun to play with. I like to walk around my house in the middle of the night with it. This is the Odin LT, but I also, on my rifle, on my Remington 700, I have the X-Sight 4K, really dope optic. ATN has just such an awesome array of optics, and you guys can get free gifts right now, dependent upon which one. Just click the link above. It'll take you over there. You'll see what free gifts. Go check them out. They're a partner of ours, and they've actually sent a lot of support over to Ukraine as well. I'm out of here for tonight. I'm going to give you guys Bayraktar on the way out. Check out the new Bayraktar shirt. If you guys order merch tonight, if you order it tonight, it will still go to Ukrainian charity. As of tomorrow, we will revert back to normal merchandise sales, which does come back and support the Funker 530 team for things like website hosting, app development, top to bottom, managing and running a company. We are growing into a small company, and I can't thank you enough for being part of it. I'm out of here. Good night. I hope to see you over on the gaming channel. I'll drop a link in there for you guys to head over and stay informed.